Hi, this is Alex Colvin, and I'm just sharing my latest painting, um, which is called 7 Up. And partly that's because when I was a child, they had the small 7-ounce 7 Up bottles, and on the bottle it said, 7 Up, you like it, it likes you. And I always got a rush out of that. It made me feel really good to think that, because I liked the 7 Up, but it made me good to think that the 7 Up liked me too. Anyway, the reason why this I added the up on, but because otherwise this was going to be called 7. And the reason why this painting was pretty simple in its conception and its execution. And it just started with the circle. And I was going to use a yellow ochre, but instead I used a burnt sienna and then went over it with white, so you get the burnt sienna around the edge and then the lighter sienna there in the center. And then the idea of the 7 was, because for me 7 is an important number, was the 3 points of the triangle, and then the 4 points where it's a modified rectangle or quadrangle. The 4 points where the blue intersects to divide the circle into 7 sections. And the 7 sections, like the 3 points of the triangle for me, are 3 modes of expression: music, art, and poetry. And the 4 blue channels crossing the circle are 4 inputs of friendship, study, nature, and forgot what the 4th one is. Let's see. Friendship, study, nature, and it'll come to me. Anyway, those 7 points. So, and a lot of times I used to do it with the 4 points being like having the 3 squares. Use it number 12, with 4 triangles and 3 squares, and then you could double lap them over. But then I thought, no, the square plus the circle makes 7. So it was nature, travel, friendship, and study. Travel was the one that I forgot. Those are 4 inputs that provide inspiration, and then the art, the music, and poetry are the 4 that provide the expression, self-creative expression. And then it just seemed nice to kind of, extend the blue out and have the things go there. And also with the circle there, it just kind of, this pattern of, all of these strokes kind of emerged and used up the excess paint from doing the inner circle. And so then that was it. It was just the 7. But then when I took it out, set it in another room, then I felt like it needed another circle there on the top, and put a little face in there, because then it was like, okay, there I am, sort of a little stick figure, proclaiming to the world. And then with so I felt like this had a Southwest look, but also with the triangle coming down behind the heads, I felt like it had a little bit of an Egyptian look. And I've just shown this to a few people. I left it primitive because I like that sort of Southwest feeling, almost like it's a rock drawing. But when I showed it to a friend, they went, wow, it's a mandala, which is cool. They got the point. And then I can explain the number 7. There, of course, are many, many more things to say about the number 7. 7 notes, and 7 colors of the rainbow, and 7, the number that, you can't divide. The circle, you get a repeating decimal. And if you divide it into 1, then you get that, where you get the repeating decimal. Can't recall what it is right now. If I thought about it, I could recite it, but whether you divide 7 into 1 or 7 into 2 or 7 into 3 or 7 into 4 or 7 into 5, you get the same repeating decimal just starting at a different place, and it's really fascinating. And then 7, of course, well, is many, many different things. And, you know, and it's reflected in our culture, you know, with the 7 days in the week, and the 7 visible planets, visible heavenly bodies that were so important and were associated with these different things. So anyway, this little painting here is called 7.